What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel Battle Pack Series 28, Luke Harper and Erick Rowan of the Wyatt family. Now here we have them in the box. As you can see, we have Luke Harper and Erick Rowan, and they do include Bray Wyatt's rocking chair. If we spin it off to the back, we have a picture of Luke Harper and Erick Rowan. Recreate the action of the WWE. Other figures in this battle series include Jimmy and Jay the Usos, Big E, and AJ Lee. And I'm just messing up my set left and right. So really happy I have these guys. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get these guys opened up, and we'll continue with the review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Luke Harper and Erick Rowan posed and out of the packaging. Now before we get onto them, let's actually move on to their accessory. Let's move them off to the side really fast, because they did come with Wyatt's rocking chair. Now, it's a really nice sculpting. I'll say that. It's a really nice accessory. And if you happen to have the Elite Erick Rowan, you get this rocking chair, which honestly, if you were to ask me, I would go with the one that came in the battle packs, because this one looks really, really rickety and really awesome. I love the gold coloring, or the gold brown painting on it. Well, it's not painted, it's just molded in this plastic color. And this looks like a newer chair, and this looks old and worn, and I'm pretty sure with a nice paint job this can look so much better. But for what it is, I think I actually prefer this little chair over the Elite one. So I'm really glad that they gave us two different versions of the chair. Even though it's the same molding, they actually took the time to mold two different versions, and I'm happy about that. So let's bring Erick Rowan and Luke Harper back on the screen, moving the chair off to the side. And let's have a look at Rowan first, because, you know, he's my least favorite of the Wyatt family. But let's get a nice 360 of this figure. I'm going to say this, and I can't help but shake the feeling that his hands seem a little too small for his body. If we actually can take a little break and bring in the Elite version. And here we have the Elite version of Erick Rowan out, and as you can see, his hands seem much larger than his, and let's actually rotate them so you can get a better look at that. His hands look much better on him, however, his arms are bigger. I'm not sure if you can see that, but his bicep is bigger as well as the forearm, so I'm thinking maybe his arms will look better on the Elite version, and his hands will look better on these arms. So that's a really interesting thing I noticed about the hands and the arms. Maybe these arms were originally going to be used for the Elite version, and these hands were going to stay with the basic, and we get the smaller hands. But there isn't much difference besides the arms and the articulation. They pretty much share the exact same head sculpt, moving him off to the side, although I like his beard a little more. I don't know why, it just looks a little more realistic versus the Elite version. It's hard to describe, but his looks a little better. I might do a complete head swap and try putting his arms on the Elite version, but we'll see what happens. But going on to Erick Rowan, he has the basic articulation, minus a little bit of head movement, because he can look up, down, tilt his head slightly, and turn his head right about there. If you remember my Elite review, he could turn his head all the way. This one, you can't seem to do that. But if you have the Elite version's mask, it still fits on him, because it is molded for this face sculpt. But going on to back to his articulation, up, down, some slight head movement, arms go out, do a full 360, and just like the Elite version, they go off at this angle just because of the way his jumpsuit is molded. He swivels at the bicep, single jointed at the elbow, bends and spins at the wrist, and it's the same for both arms. Waist swivel, legs go forward, back, no outward movement. He bends at the knee, spins at the boot, and has a hinged ankle, no side-to-side pivot movement. So that's Erick Rowan for you. What I'm going to do now is take a little break and get Luke Harper out on screen. So give me 1 second. And here we have the basic Luke Harper out of packaging. Now let's get a good 360 of him. I'm not sure if we did a 360 of Rowan, but I've come too far to go back. And really nice figure, although he does look a little strange proportional-wise. You can see he has these really broad shoulders and these really lanky arms, and it just looks strange. He's really thin. He's not really this thin. Harper is a bigger guy, and it just looks really, really strange on this figure. And I'm pretty sure they did it because they plan on reusing this torso for Dean Ambrose. But it looks strange to me, and I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that, but his torso seems a little different. I like that you can see more of his chest hair and that it comes down better. But it's tucked in, and he doesn't have his shirt tucked in. Actually, let's bring out the Elite version really fast. And you can see there is major differences in him, although I like the color of his shirt better. Yeah, I like his tank top better than his. The coloring is better. And I thought this was cool, but I like this color a little more. Besides the entrance jacket that can come off, they have the same head sculpt. And like Erick Rowan, the arms. His arms are huge! They look better proportioned on this Harper. Let's actually get his jacket off so you can see the proportions a little better. If you haven't seen my review on the Elite 20 series, go check it out. Okay. You can see the proportions look a little better on the Elite version, although I think they could have done a better job on the tank top. But his proportions look better. His arms are smaller, they look like they fit the body. They don't really share too much of the same sculpting. Besides the head sculpt, which is the same, I think the shoulder is the same, but other than that, they don't share any of the same toolings. Maybe the boots? No, they don't even share the same boots, because his boots have like a heel, his don't. That is really interesting. And another thing, before I go on, I thought that his wrist straps were black. They're actually like a dark blue, if you can actually compare the two right there. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up. But yeah, I like his proportions better. I like the tank top on him better. I kind of like these colored wrist straps a little better. He also doesn't have the bandana on the back, so that's nothing major lost. But anyway, let's go have a rundown with his articulation. He suffers from the same deal that his Elite version had. He can't really move his head left and right, up and down, or tilt his head. Mainly because of the sculpting. The sculpting hurts this figure a lot. Arms on a ball joint, they go out, do a full 360. He spins at the bicep, single jointed in the elbow, spins and bends at the wrist. He swivels at the waist. Legs go forward and back really far. He single jointed at the knee. And he has a pivot in his ankle, but the way his jeans are sculpted, he really can't move his ankle up and down. It just pivots side to side. But that's Erick Rowan and Luke Harper for you. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get them both out here for my final thoughts, and we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Luke Harper and Erick Rowan posed for my final thoughts, and overall, I really do enjoy this set. There are some things I like about them, then other things I don't. His proportions seem really off, and he's actually a really nice figure. I'm liking this Rowan figure a little better than I'm liking Harper. I'd prefer the Elite version, but like I said, with an arm swap and a hand swap, he might have the parts needed to make a really great Erick Rowan custom. But going on, this set does not include the Lamb Mask. The Lamb Mask is part of the Elite 29. Is it 29? Yes, it's part of the Elite 29 Erick Rowan. If you can find this set, I suggest you pick it up, especially if you're looking to make your perfect Wyatt family figures. You're going to need his arms for one thing, and maybe spare parts for Luke Harper, I don't know. But this chair is amazing. I'm honestly going to switch this chair into my main display. But if you can find this set, I highly recommend you pick it up. I found it at Kmart, and they're having a sale right now, so I picked it up for about $20. $20 even with tax. That is a steal for, a battle pack. If you can find the Wyatt family, pick it up. You will not be disappointed. And this is King of Dragons 5000 saying, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.